Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for investing your time today. I'm Ade Amelia Fitri Hasibuan from TBA1. Before we dive in, I want to start with a confession. When I was at junior high school, I struggled. I would sit in the library for 10 hours with a textbook, highlighting almost every sentence until the page turned neon yellow. I felt productive. But when I closed the book, if someone asked me, Amil, what was the main argument of chapter 3? I couldn't tell them. Who here has felt that? You read the words, but the meaning slips away. Exactly. This is what we call the illusion of competence. We mistake recognizing words on a page for understanding the concepts. The problem is not your intelligence. The problem is that we were taught to read fiction, stories from beginning to end. But academic and technical reading is not a story, it's a data mine. Today, in this video, we are going to shift gears. We are moving from passive consumption to active interrogation of the text. We will cover the sprinters tool like skimming and scanning, the deep diverse framework, PQRST method, and the memory and course, mind mapping and visualization. We will use a sample text about industry for today. By the end of this video, you will have a concrete toolkit to tackle your next heavy reading assignment. Before we even touch the text, we need to talk about preparations. You wouldn't run a marathon without stretching, right? Many people fail at reading because they start cold, distracted, and without purpose. The why rule: never open a textbook without knowing why you are opening it. Are you looking for a specific statistic for an essay? Are you trying to understand a foundational theory for an exam? If you don't have a purpose, your brain will get bored and start thinking about what's for dinner. The environment hack academic reading requires high cognitive load. Every ping from your phone steals that load. The first rule: phone in another room or do not disturb mode. And the second rule: single tasking. You cannot effectively read complex theory while watching Netflix. And also, there are some distractions too, like phone, daydreaming, or hunger. Yeah, the phone is usually the number one. Conquer that, and you have halfway there. Okay, let's look at the terrain. We use sprinter techniques when we need speed or before we do a deep dive. Skimming is not reading faster. Skimming is strategic skipping. Your goal is the gist, the main argument and structure. When you skim a textbook chapter, first, read the title and introduction clearly. Second, read all headings and subheadings. The third, crucial step: read the first sentence of every paragraph in academic writing. This is usually the topic sentence holding the main idea. And the last, read the conclusion. Look at the text on the screen. I'm going to give you 30 seconds this time. I want you to skim it using the technique. Title, first sentence only. Your goal is tell me in one sentence what this text is about. Ready? Go. Okay. Second type. What is the guess? Yup. Technology changes job, industry for impact, machine replacing humans but new skills needed. Perfect. You didn't read the details, but you know the landscape. That is skimming. Next is scanning. This is a different. Scanning is searching for a specific needle in a haystack. You ignore everything except the specific data point you need. Look at the text. I need a specific piece of data. In what year was the term Industry 4 first introduced? Find it as fast as you can. I'll give you 5 seconds to find it. Okay? Yes, 2011. In paragraph 1, your eye ignore the words and look for a 4-digit number. Let's try a harder one. I need to know what specific type of skills are described as the new currency. I'll give you 10 seconds to find it, okay? Go. Got it? Yep, soft skill like problem solving, critical thinking. You can find it in paragraph 3. Use scanning when you are doing research papers and need evidence, not when you are trying to learn a new concept from scratch. Skimming is great, but it won't help you pass a difficult exam. For that, we need deep processing. We will use the PQRST method. It's a gold standard for academic reading. It forces your brain to stay engaged. P for preview. We just did this. It's essentially skimming the chapter to see what you are up against. Don't. Q for question. This is where most students fail. Before you read a section, you must turn the headings into questions. Why? Because the human brain hates an open loop. If I ask you a question, your brain automatically wants to find the answer. Look at our text. The title is Industry 4 Revolution, Threat or Opportunity. If this were a textbook chapter, that would be the heading. I want you to take 30 seconds right now, grab a pen, write down 3 distinct questions that you expect this text to answer based on the title. Okay, stop. Who wants to serve and question the roads? Yeah, what are the threats? What are the opportunities? How do we prepare for it? What technologies are involved? Excellent. Now you aren't just reading, you are on a treasure hunt for the specific answers. R for read. Now read the text, but don't just read passively. Read actively to find the answers to the 3 questions you just wrote down. When you find an answer, mentally highlight it. Oh, there's the threat. 75 million lost jobs. There's the opportunity. 130 million new roles. S for sub-recitation or summarize. This is the hardest step. After reading a section or paragraph, look away from the text, close your eyes. Can you answer your questions in your own words? Not the book's words, your words. If you can't teach it to an imaginary 5-year-old, you don't understand it yet. Let's try it. Read the paragraph 3 right now. I'll give you 20 seconds to make your own words. Now look away from the screen, whisper yourself what is the main point of paragraph 3. Do you say something like, we need to adapt, technical skills aren't enough anymore, we need soft skills like being creative to survive? If so, you got it. T for test. Finally, test. Review your questions. Did you find all the answers? If yes, move to the next section. PQRST takes longer upfront, but it's a few hours of pre-reading later because it sticks the first time. We understand the text now, but how do we ensure it's still there next week for the exam? We need to move it from short-term to long-term memory using encoding techniques. First is visualization. The brain remembers concrete image better than abstract words. We need to turn dry text into a vivid mental image. The weirder, the better. Look at paragraph 1. Blurring the lines between the physical, digital, and biological spirits. That's very abstract. Let's make it concrete. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine a human hand, biological, is holding a smartphone, digital. Suddenly, the smartphone starts melting and fusing into the skin of the hand, turning it into a robotic metal Terminator hand, sickle. See? That word image, biology, digital, and physical all melting together. That image is sticky, the abstract sentence is slippery. Finally, the best way to take notes on complex text mind mapping. Standard bullet points are boring linear lists. Your brain doesn't think in lists, it thinks in connections and networks. A mind map mimics how your brain works. Grab your paper, let's build one together for this text. First step is in the center, in the middle of the page, draw a circle. Write the main topic, industry fourth. The second step is branches. We need main branches for the big ideas. Based on the text, what are the main categories? Definition, impact, and solution. The third step is draw 3 thick branches, radiating out. Label them as stage or depth, impact, skills needed. For the next step is sub-branches. Now we add the detail. For touch and depth, draw smaller lines, write keywords only like AI, IoT, big data, exponential pace. For impact, split it into 2 branches, bad and good. Under bad, write automation, 75 laws. Under good, write human machine role, 130 million new. And for skills needed, write soft skill, creativity, and critical thinking. Use color, use little doodles if you can. This forces your brain to organize the information spatially, which is a huge memory booster. One look at this map tomorrow and the whole text comes falling back. Alright. We have covered a lot. Before we wrap up, let's address some common realities. Common question 1. This PQRC and mind mapping takes too long? I have 200 pages to read by Monday. Right, my answer is yes. It takes longer per page right now, but how many times do you currently rereading the same chapter because you forget it? The goal is to read it once effectively. Also, you don't PQRC everything. If you just need a few facts for a paper, skim and scan. If you need to master a foundational concept for final exam, use the PQRC and mind mapping it. Common question number 2. The text I read is way harder than this example. I don't understand it even when I read slowly. If you are completely lost in a paragraph, stop reading. You lack the foundational knowledge necessary to understand the paragraph. So the solution is go back a chapter, Google the specific term you don't understand, find the YouTube video explaining the basic concept. You cannot build a house on a shaky foundation.